G'day guys, what's going on? Supero here. Today I'm going to be going over my finals predictions for AFL 2021 final series. Don't be too salty if I don't pick your team to win the games. It is my personal opinion, so each to their own. But anyway, so if you haven't seen my ladder predictor from the start of the year, make sure you go ahead and watch that as well, because it could potentially relate to this. But anyway, final series is looking really good this year. A few smokies like Sydney and Essendon, which is great to see that they've made it. Anyway, so the first game of the round is on Friday night. Port Adelaide hosting the Cats. So the clear advantage for Port Adelaide is that home ground advantage, and they actually have their crowd there, which will be hell for the Cats because Port crowd is pretty much like Geelong crowd in Geelong. But anyway, so basically I reckon that it'll be a very close game, Port Adelaide versus Geelong. So Mitch Duncan is coming back for the Cats, which is a major boost for them. So they'll probably actually give them the edge over Port Adelaide. Just depends how the Cats play the game. If the Cats actually tag Ollie Wines or Travis Boak, for example, then they're probably going to win the game. But it just depends what they do. But in my personal opinion, I think that because there's no finals bye, and that Jeremy Cameron and Tom Hawkins will match up really well against Port Adelaide's defence, so they probably won't be able to stop them. So I'm going to tip the Cats to win by 19 at Port's home ground, pushing them into the prelim final, and then Port Adelaide going into the semi-final. The next game of the round is Sydney taking on GWS. It's actually in Tasmania. Big ins for GWS is Stephen Coniglio. He should be ready to go, so that's a major boost for their midfield. We're still unsure about Sydney's midfield. I think like Callum Mills might be in doubt, and Josh Kennedy, so it could be a big upset for them. But I feel like just because it's in Tasmania and Sydney seem to play good at random grounds, like early in the year when they played in Geelong, they absolutely belted the Eagles. So I feel like just because of that, Sydney are going to win, and they've got like more scoring avenues to goal, whereas like GWS don't really like have any good scorers. They got Toby Green, but they're going to need him to kick at least like 4 goals to win the game. So I pretty much see the Swans winning this one by 8 points. It's going to be very close. I feel like both the Sydney teams play like really good against each other, so it'll be a close one. That pushes Sydney through to the semi-final. And then on the Saturday night, we've got Melbourne hosting Brisbane in Adelaide. So yeah, it's going to be another tough one. I feel like Melbourne are probably going to win this one, like just because they're in unbelievable form. But Brisbane have got a lot of hype behind them coming into finals. They weren't even meant to finish in the top 4, but they did. So they got a lot of like hype behind them. They could be like real danger in September. But anyway, I'm going to go with Melbourne to beat the Lions by 11 points. I just don't know how the Lions are going to score as well against the D's. Like how are they going to be able to get past Stephen May and Jake Lever? They'll probably double team what's his name? Bloody Joe Danaher. But I don't know. The Lions are a very deadly side, so that's why I reckon it'll be a close one. So I'll go with the D's to go straight to the prelim final, and the Lions to go to the semi-final. Then the next game, the final game of the first week, is the Bulldogs taking on Essendon in Tasmania. I'm not really too sure how these two sides go in Tasmania, but I feel like Essendon are probably going to... They have a really good side. They really need Jake Stringer to go really well, and Darcy Parish. Darcy Parish has been a bit ordinary recently, but they should bounce back. They be a massive like midfield battle. I can't wait to see it. It'll be really good to watch. But I feel like just because like the Dogs have gone under like adversity, that they're going to come back and come out and win the game. So I'm going to tip the Dogs to win because they've been good, like so good all year. They should have really been in the top 4, but last round got stitched up with like injuries. But I feel like they'll come out and win this game only by 2 points. So I reckon it's going to be super close. But so they'll eliminate Essendon out of the finals, which is probably unlikely going to happen because they haven't lost they haven't won a final in ages. But I just feel like there's no way the Bulldogs are going to go out straight away. So I'm going to, even though their form has been ordinary, I reckon they'll still win the game. So anyway, on to the next games, which are the semi-finals. So we've got Brisbane taking on the Bulldogs and Port taking on Sydney. So Brisbane will host the Bulldogs in Brisbane and Port will obviously host Sydney in Adelaide. So I reckon so first game I'll go over is the Bulldogs and Lions game. I reckon that the Lions will actually choke against the Bulldogs at their home ground and they'll go out in straight sets. I feel like the Bulldogs are going to get revenge on them for them taking their top 4 spot, and it's going to be like really personal for them to beat the Lions. So I'm going to say the Dogs actually win this one by 7 points. This is a super bold statement, but I don't know. I'm just going to say this happens. I reckon something like this could happen, but I could be completely wrong. But it's probably unlikely. But anyway, this is what my gut feeling is at the minute. Which advances the Bulldogs into the prelim against Cats. And then the next game, I've got Port Adelaide taking on Sydney. This could be a very close game, I reckon, because Sydney actually play very good against Port Adelaide. So I don't know. I just can't see Port Adelaide going out in straight sets, but I'm going to have to go with Port beating Sydney by 6 points, just a goal. Pushing them through to the prelim against Melbourne, which will be very exciting. Okay, so now we'll get on to the prelims. So the first prelim, Melbourne taking on Port. Melbourne will probably take the home ground advantage to Perth at Optus Stadium if the grand final is going to be there, or it will rather be in Melbourne if that is the case, but I highly doubt it'll be in Melbourne. Historically, Melbourne do not play well at Perth, but they're definitely not going to have their home final in Adelaide against Port Adelaide, so that's for sure. So I don't know. I think it'll be a very close game against like I've said throughout the whole final series, but I feel like Melbourne have come so far, so they're going to make it to the grand final for the first time in like 60 years or something. So I'm going to tip Demons to beat Port by 21 points. And then the next game is the Cats versus the Dogs, which will be a very close game because they had a really close game at the start of the year. It was like halfway through the season when Gary Rowan kicked the goal after the siren to win that game. But the Bulldogs are going to have their good players back at this time. They'll have like Josh Dunkley, he's already been playing, but he'll be like really good to go. And I don't know who else they're missing, but like Josh Dunkley is back. That's what I'm trying to say. So it'll be a different game. Bontempelli will be going off. But then again, I just don't see if Josh Bruce is going to be out for the rest of the year. I'm going to say that the Cats actually win against the Bulldogs. This will probably be at Optus Stadium as well. So I'm going to say the Cats win by 15 points, going to the grand final against Melbourne. So that sets the grand final. That game between the Bulldogs and the Cats is at Optus. So the two prelims are going to be at Optus. And then the grand final will probably be at Optus Stadium as well. So that means both two sides in the prelims got a chance to play at Optus. But anyway, in the grand final, I reckon it's going to be super close. But yeah, I reckon that Melbourne are going to be up for the majority of the game. And then like in the last quarter, maybe at the end of the third quarter, Cats will start pumping up and they'll like start getting some goals back. And then at the end of the game, I reckon that the Cats will win the last quarter and win the game by 11 points. So yeah, but that's my finals predictions, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button and subscribe for more. Make sure you check out the previous video, my ladder predictor, which I uploaded before the season began. So maybe there'll be a few similarities in that. Maybe I actually got some finals right, but got to wait and see. Yeah, but thanks so much for watching, guys. I forgot to mention who the Norm Smith will be. If Geelong win, they're obviously going to give it to Dangerfield. No one else is going to win it. They're just going to give it to Dangerfield like they give Dusty the Norm Smith. Like, even though Dusty deserves them, I just feel like they give it to the best player these days. They don't even give it to like the best player of the team, not the one who plays the best on the day, like Basher Hooley was robbed in 2017. But yeah, I don't know. Dusty did play pretty good as well, but I just feel like Dangerfield will just get it if he has like a average or a good game, not a great game. He'll still get it if it's just a good one. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and see you later.